Hello and welcome to the Robot Moose YouTube channel. Let's talk about the rest of LUMINSim's features. This is the fourth and final video in the Catching Up on LUMINSim series, where we're covering what's already in LUMINSim before we begin developing new features. This video covers all of the important features that we haven't covered already. These are the features that are important enough to bring up, but small enough not to need their own separate videos. First, let's talk about the Astronaut. The Astronaut character was made by this guy, and was selected for LUMINSim by Dr. Orion Lawlor. The model is rigged and uses inverse kinematics, which makes it very easy to animate. The Astronaut character's movements are procedurally animated, which means all the animations are calculated live through code. The animations are made to model footage of the actual astronauts walking across the lunar surface. Using procedural animation allowed me to make his feet actually touch the ground as he walks, without sliding like you can see in a lot of common walking animations. Just like you can see in these graphics made for NASA's LunaNet, we want to give the Astronaut a central role in LUMINSim. The Astronaut will have a sort of utility tablet that connects to LunaNet to remotely take control of robots, communicate with other astronauts or control centers, and show important data like incoming solar radiation, the current lunar time, the current location, and locations of nearby landmarks, and more. Astronauts will also be able to equip tools for making repairs to structures and robots, and will be able to move things around with strength equivalent to a man under lunar gravity. Loading into the first official release of LUMINSim, our goal is for all players to be their own astronauts. You will get to choose your organization and plot location, and when you first load in, you will descend in a lander with a single lamp robot and enough equipment to get you started on your journey. You will be the operator of your own safety zone, in charge of coordinating robotic operations to make progress, slowly automating and upgrading your systems as you go. If your robot gets lost over the horizon, you just might be forced to walk out and retrieve it yourself if you don't have the robots to retrieve it for you. Next up, let's talk about the power system in LUMINSim. Right now, the power system is very basic. The spawn area has a single battery with a solar panel mounted on top, and the Astro Robot has an internal battery that charges when the tail connector contacts one of the connectors on the battery. All power logic is done through a charge component node that keeps track of simple battery variables like voltage, remaining amp hours, maximum charge and draw rates, and so on. It's a very simple system, but it has more than enough fidelity for what we want to accomplish. The charge component nodes naturally communicate with one another through the connector components I discussed in an earlier video, which allows full power grids to exist even with such a simple system. Eventually, the Astronaut will have a charge component of its own for tracking suit power, and there will be solar arrays and other equipment that generate power and take power, forming simple power grids, as mentioned previously. Many things need power to operate in the real world, so being able to simulate power in LUMINSim is very important for realism. To have LUMINSim at all though, my computer actually needs power to develop it, and that power costs money. Which is why you should go support us on Patreon. Patreon members directly support us, so they get more insights into what goes on behind the scenes, as well as direct lines of contact with the whole Aurora Robotics team. You'll also get free access to the simulator on Steam when it's released. You'll be able to try experimental versions on private servers, and your suggestions will be our highest priority. This is just a start, and there's going to be a whole lot more for Patreon members with time, especially with your suggestions. Check out our Patreon page in the description below. Moving on, let's talk about the last important feature to know about. The multiplayer system. The multiplayer system is very straightforward. Godot's built-in multiplayer logic is not at all good enough to be used as is, so I wrote the majority of the synchronization logic myself through RPC functions. All data between hosts and clients is sent in a JSON format. Currently, clients hosting for other clients are the ultimate authority on where everything is located except for the client-controlled playable characters. Unlike most multiplayer systems, I chose to allow the clients to tell the server everything about their player, including where they're located, how fast they're going, and so on. This will be changed before the final release of LUMINSim, because as it is, players could easily cheat by editing their speed or even their position values to teleport anywhere they want, and the server just takes their word for it. We'll be moving to a more common multiplayer system where clients send their user inputs to the host for the host to determine where they should be, which will prevent these sorts of exploits. The client will still reflect the exact inputs from the user, but the server takes authority over any discrepancies that the client has, which is often what you experience in a game when you are feeling rubber banding. With a good internet connection, this system will work great for our needs. Well, that's all there is to know about LUMINSim's current state, and with this video comes the end of the Catching Up on LUMINSim series. This might seem like a tear-jerking moment, but fear not, for we shall move forward and begin the LUMINSim devlog series. Throughout this series, we talked about changes that need to be made to existing systems, and even mentioned some features we plan to add, and that's what the devlog series will be all about. For more about what the future holds, head over to our wiki page linked in the description, where we describe our plans for LUMINSim in detail. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them in the comments section below, and if you like the video, leave us a like and consider subscribing to stay in the loop on LUMINSim. Until next time.
Is it already recording?
Yeah, that's recording, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so this is talking about the power system in the simulator.
No!
A lot of things need power to operate in the
No!
world. So being able to simulate
Stop it!
power in LUMINSim is important for realism. To have LUMINSim at all, though, my computer needs power to develop it.
I didn't
Costs money.
mean hit your computer.
Which is why you should support us on Patreon.
Fix his computer too.
That's it.
That's the perfect combination of like cringy.